something that could potentially send shockwaves throughout the NBA. As you all know, Anthony Davis is one of the league's most dominant players, but recent events have led us to believe that something strange may be happening with his future in the game. Could we be witnessing the beginning of the end for this superstar? Stick around as we explore the rumors and speculate on something strange may happen to Anthony Davis. This is a video you won't want to miss. Anthony Davis's justification for remaining seated as James broke the record was false. Why even did he say it? I suppose he had to speak. Such a horrible look. The greatest teammate who won a chip with LeBron is simply sitting there while everyone else is celebrating. After that, trade rumors started to circulate. I'm not referring to AD for Kevin Durant, which no longer exists. A recent rumor has emerged that makes a lot of sense. If Los Angeles wants to replace AD, it would bring them a player who could have a greater ceiling. Whatever the case, Anthony Davis is experiencing an odd situation. Before we get into the specifics, know that KD forewarned us of this when he was a member of the Warriors. He stated, "LeBron attracts a lot of attention from others because of this. He has so many media fanboys. At times, it's not even about basketball. So I can see why somebody wouldn't want to be there since the atmosphere is poisonous. That AD is exhausted after training with LeBron is very understandable. That is how so many of his finest teammates have felt. I did get a haircut, but before, I know it's the NBA All-Star break, so I've been watching some other sports. The good news is that it makes viewing all sports much more enjoyable." To escape LeBron's shadow, Kai Tyree departed a club that had won a championship. Kevin Love said that his worst moments were with LeBron. He said, "When Kyle Kuzma was moved, being able to be who I am in a circumstance is wonderful. It's fantastic because I can make mistakes without players checking behind me. Playing alongside LeBron puts so much pressure on you. When anything went wrong, Russell Westbrook was always made the villain, but a lot of the blame also rested on AD. It's Anthony Davis's fault. You're not upholding your half of the deal. What is going on with Anthony Davis? This has nothing to do with Russ or LeBron. It has everything to do with AD. Why is that then? He is one of the worst jump shooters in the league when healthy. Following a solid third season in 2020, he suffered his worst and current second worst season since turning 21. Why is that then? And, like all those other teammates, he too must modify who he is to fit in with LeBron. AD is now disqualified from the All-Star game. What do you suppose his reaction to it is? He just deactivated his Instagram account, and although I am aware that NBA players are often overly theatrical, AD wasn't one of them. About his social media, he has never done that. Yet, when asked what went wrong in Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley said that it wasn't basketball, but rather unspecified factors. If you listen to the whole podcast with Pat Beth, you'd see that he didn't elaborate. What he said sounded precisely like what KD stated, and KD influences to be able to publicly state such in the media. Because of his immense strength, most players are unable to criticize James in that way. Tyson Chandler, a retired man, once stated, "If you have LeBron, you have to make it all about James." So yes, AD may be feeling a bit exhausted. What was his justification for not celebrating? Just what did he mean when he said, "Sorry about the game"? He moves her till he realizes that we need it for the game, and I was furious that we were losing. Yes, it sounds wonderful, but when you consider the actual shot, it changed the score to 5 points with a whole quarter of the fourth quarter remaining. They are behaving like, well, at the time, this was a 20-point rout. AD is upset about losing. I see. Actually, in the NBA, a 5-point advantage with a whole quarter remaining is meaningless. A rout? Yes. But to remain silent when a colleague sets the largest personal record is unacceptable. When you are aware of what LeBron's former teammates have stated, everything makes sense. Yes, but AD hasn't exactly a history of misleading the media. In any case, after dragging the Pelicans organization through the dirt and requesting a trade, he trumped his supporters by wearing a "That's all, people" shirt to his last game. Which t-shirt did you choose and why? I did not choose it. As I changed into my clothing, everything was already hanging for me. Do you, therefore, know who hanged it? I wish we knew, but no. The individual is still at large and on the run. You can tell if AD is concealing anything, but if the rumors are accurate, the Lakers could decide to part ways with AD. Although 29 years old, LeBron is still unable to transfer the franchise to him since AD is so unpredictable. LeBron intended to slow down and play fewer minutes after all, but he's unable to. Even now, in his 20th season, the guy is grumbling behind the scenes about having to play a lot of minutes. Kyrie spent the fewest seasons with LeBron of the famous athletes he has paired up with since he left the Cavaliers the first time, with 3, followed by Kevin Love, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh at 4. Hence, after this year, AD will tie his record of 4 seasons spent with a single superstar colleague. And why not even D-Wade if you think AD is so outstanding he deserves a 6th season? The Cavaliers' 1 season doesn't count. So, the most crucial question is, from whom would they exchange AD? Well, a sign and trade for a player like Kyrie Irving makes a ton of sense, as a source reportedly warned Colin Cowherd to watch out for the Mavericks and Anthony Davis. If AD doesn't remain healthy, his trading value is not much higher than Kyrie's. If the playoffs are any more dismal, LA may receive back Kyrie along with someone like Josh Green or another first-round selection. This makes sense since Kyrie could desire to play for the Lakers, and we already know that LeBron is a fan. Kai declined to commit when questioned about his long-term plans in Dallas, and if he wants to get paid, his only options are to join one of these terrible clubs with cap space or engage in a sign-and-trade. So, LA does have some cap room, but not enough for Kyrie's preferred max deal. In Los Angeles, a sign-and-trade is the only option to get his max, and Anthony Davis is the only player who makes sense in that situation. While they both have flaws for various reasons, I like AD with Luka Doncic much more. As absurd as it seems, there is a simple reason why this deal would take place. He improves the Mavs' defense, which is a major issue right now, and demands the ball like Kyrie does. And as much as this sounds impossible, there is a reason that this trade would take place. Before the All-Star break, the Mavericks had lost their previous 3 games. I am aware that Kyrie did not participate in any of them, but what if they back off? For example, due to poor defense, they lost in the first round after making it to the conference finals. Dallas could now feel that Luka and Anthony Davis suit them better. And trading AD is the only practical method to get Kyrie if LeBron is serious about playing alongside him, unless Kai accepts a deal that is less than the maximum. Yet the Lakers may not go through with the plan if they don't make it through the first round of the playoffs. They remain in the 13th position. The Lakers will undoubtedly make a last-minute deal of some kind, yet the Mavericks might benefit greatly from this. For Kyrie, they exchanged Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a few selections. Nevertheless, they didn't simply bring Kyrie over. They obtained a star that they may swap for another, particularly if Kyrie decides not to sign. Chicago and the Washington Wizards are the only 2 organizations that make sense for AD. Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine would return to LA. The enormous contracts that both of those players have undercut their trading value. Both clubs did nothing after signing their player to a maximum contract. They could appreciate the thought of switching to AD plus 1 more season in place of LaVine or Bradley Beal for just 1 more season. He's passing away. The Bulls pose a particular concern since AD was born and raised there and has indicated a desire in playing with them. Just consider how despised the Lakers would be if they acquired Kyrie Irving. Even if there are a lot of fans who already despise the Lakers, other players don't despise them as much. The Memphis Grizzlies are in that group. They recently displaced the Phoenix Suns as the most despised team, but they achieved this by treating other teams in the league like animals. We hope you enjoyed this and gained some new insights into this exciting NBA trade. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more NBA content and analysis. Until next time, keep following your favorite teams and players, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace.